Your company has grown. You've hired good people. You finally have managers, maybe even an executive assistant. So, why does it still feel like nothing moves unless you're involved? Decisions wait for you, meetings need you. Your team keeps asking, can you take a quick look at this? Most founders think this means they need to delegate more. I think it means the company has become dependent on one person, and that person is usually the founder. If that sounds familiar, stay with me, because this isn't really a delegation problem, it's a design problem. Hi, I'm Isioma Utomi. I help founders become less necessary in the day-to-day operations of their companies so they can focus on the work only they can do. I call this executive operations. Executive operations is the deliberate design of how an executive leads, decides, communicates, and allocates attention so the organization can scale without becoming dependent on them. Think about a 6-lane motorway. Everything is flowing, and then suddenly all 6 lanes merge into one. It doesn't matter how fast the cars are. Traffic slows down because everything has to pass through the same point. That's what happens inside a lot of growing companies. Marketing moves, sales moves, product moves, finance moves, until every important decision merges into one lane, you. Most founders don't set out to build a company like this. It happens gradually. One approval, one meeting, one decision, until the whole organization learns something. When in doubt, ask the founder. And before long, the business isn't moving at the market's pace. It's moving at yours. Here's the trap. Your calendar is full. You're moving all day. You're solving problems, answering questions, reviewing work. It feels like progress. But activity and progress are not the same thing. Most founders aren't overwhelmed because they're incapable. They're overwhelmed because they're still involved in work that no longer requires their level of judgment. Reviewing things that someone else could own, approving decisions someone else could make, joining meetings that no longer need them. None of these feel like a big deal on their own. You're just helping, just protecting quality, just making sure nothing slips. But together, they create a system where too much of the organization depends on one person, and that is the bottleneck. So naturally, founders hear the advice, delegate more, and they try. For a few weeks, it works. And then the work starts coming back. Standards slip, questions pile up, everything gets escalated again. And the founder concludes, I guess I need better people. But usually that's not the problem. The problem is that most delegation is really task assignment. Can you take care of this? That's very different from you own this outcome. Here's what success looks like. Tasks create dependency. Ownership creates accountability. If your team keeps waiting to be told what's next, it doesn't necessarily mean they aren't ready. It usually means ownership was never truly transferred. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The habits that helped you build the company are often the same habits that stop it from scaling. Early on, staying close to everything was an advantage. You had to make every important decision. You had to protect quality. You have to solve every problem. And that worked when there were 5 people. It doesn't work quite as well when there are 50. The business changed, but the way you lead didn't. And no amount of personal productivity fixes that. Because this isn't about discipline, it's about design. So, here's the shift I'd leave you with. Stop asking, how do I delegate more? Start asking, why does this work need me in the first place? Those are completely different questions. One tries to push work away. The other redesigns the system so the work never comes back to you. That's the difference between delegation and executive operations. If this way of thinking resonates with you, subscribe. Every week on this channel, we'll explore how founders can become less necessary in the day-to-day operations of their companies, not by working harder, but by redesigning how they work. And if you want to go deeper, I have an ebook called Founder Leverage, where I unpack these ideas in more detail. Link below. See you soon.